did a good job defending, played through possessions. Thought, the times that Chicago made runs, I thought we really responded well.
Young, appreciate it.
Donovich, he's
For
a
sure.
beast. Yes, sir. Feel good to get 2 in a row.
Welcome in, Hawks fans. Welcome back to another Atlanta Hawks wrap-up. Hawks win a big game tonight, 123-105 over the Chicago Bulls in a crucial matchup for play-in and playoff implications. Hawks came out and dominated from start to finish. They really played probably one of their better complete games they played, and it seems like a long time, probably since the Portland game. Really just being able to control. Obviously, the Bulls got close. In the NBA, you always expect teams to make a run to get back into the game, but the Hawks were able to hang on, make some big plays late, and we were able to win this game, a much needed game for this team and their aspirations moving forward. And realistically tonight, it was a team effort. Trae Young was out. He was sick. DeAndre Hunter still dealing with an injury. He wasn't here tonight. Well, he was here, but he didn't play tonight. And really, that's what you need in these situations. You need a team effort. You got DeJounte, 17, Bey, 18. Bogdanovich gave me a 2021-esque performance during the Eastern Conference Finals run. Remember, a lot of people forget this about Bogdanovich. Trae was the number one guy on that team, but Bogey could get 25 if he needed to. He would be like, you would see Trae 35, Bogey 26. And tonight, we got one of those performances tonight. 26 from Bogdanovich. 4 rebounds, 5 assists on 9 of 15 shooting, 5 of 10 from the three-point line. So he was on it tonight. Capella had a double-double with 13 and 14, and JC at 9 and 6. And, that was obviously big. And then obviously the bench guys came in tonight. Onyeka Okongwu, 11-6, and also had 3 blocks in this game. So he was active all over the floor, defensively, offensively. Didn't seem like maybe a lot because it maybe was not one of those games that it popped off the screen for you, but he definitely had an impact in this game tonight against Chicago. And then also, I got to talk about my boy, Jalen Johnson. I'm seeing it all over Hawks Twitter. I'm seeing it, I'm saying from friends and other Hawks fans, man. Like, I've been telling y'all literally since last year, let Jalen cook. Give Jalen some run, and he will develop before our eyes. And listen, he had the injury, set him back for about a week and a half, but he got back from it now, and now he's still picking off where he left off. Maybe some people may say the best game he's had this season. 16 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And the important thing I want to point out tonight when watching him was the way he was scoring. He had mismatches, and Jalen was punishing Chicago in the post with those mismatches. If he got a smaller defender, punishing him. Because Jalen's a big, strong kid. He can bully guys, get him out the way, and get layups at the rim. And even if he can't, he has a nice little touch at the rim, got a layup, got a couple of turnovers, a fast break, dunk, etc., etc. Jalen Johnson, man, like, people are saying, do we need to have that discussion? Is Jalen Johnson him? I'm seeing a lot of Jalen Johnson kind of reminding people of LeBron, and obviously, when we say that, we're not saying he's going to be LeBron James, but his skill set can pass, can rebound, LeBron on the fast break like a freight train. You try to stop him, he'll just pull you out the way and still dunk it or lay it up. There are times where you see Jalen play, he'll go down on the fast break transition and then boom, get the guy out the way, lay up, dunk. And that's kind of LeBron James-esque. And you see it in his play. And he scored 16 points in 22 minutes, also hit a 3 tonight. Was really big for the Hawks. And even the Chicago Bulls commentators tonight even said it. They said this Johnson guy, he's pretty good. I don't know what the last head coach was doing. Clearly Snyder sees what a lot of people have been thinking that Jalen Johnson could be, and you saw it tonight. And I'm just really happy for him, man. I'm always gonna be happy for Jalen because I really feel like he could be a key for this team moving forward and into the future. So, but realistically tonight, man, the Hawks, like I said, had a good game. Shot 56% from the field. Shot 36% from 3, had double the turnover Chicago had. Usually Hawks are usually a better turnover team. Wasn't that great tonight, but they had 26 assists. Obviously won the rebounding battle, 48-32, 7 blocks. They did a pretty good job across the board, and it reflected in the final score, like I said, 123-105. So it was good. And obviously by the time y'all see this, technically tonight would then be when they would play the Wizards at a back-to-back back in Atlanta. So that'll obviously be a big game for the Hawks. Winning that game can also break the streak of them being around 500 since, I think, January. So I think, Wizards obviously have started to falter off since the All-Star break, and so the Hawks can continue to build off of that. It will be interesting to see if Trae's back tomorrow. We don't know right now. It depends on how sick, I guess, how he feels. Obviously, you think a sick, he progressively gets better. I know people were saying in the Dallas game, he didn't really look that great, looked a little sick, and now he kind of reflected why maybe he was just out tonight with a sickness. But, and obviously we don't know when DeAndre's going to get back. But, I mean, I think Bay's doing a really good job filling in. And I think Bay's taken some tough defensive matchups. He took Luka last game, this game. He went against Zach LaVine, and he actually did a pretty good job. He didn't do that bad of a job on Zach. So Bay, I think, getting a little bit more comfortable within the system. Maybe you're seeing a little bit more of an improvement defensively. Obviously, we know he's not an elite defender, a great defender by any stretch of the imagination. But I think you saw some good things tonight, and I think those are things you can build, especially when he's hitting his shot. When Bay is hitting his shot, that's the thing that DeAndre Hunter, he's kind of more of a methodical scorer. He'll lay up, mid-range you a couple of threes. Just kind of depends on how he's doing. Bay is a guy who offensively takes advantage of mismatches. It also happened again tonight, and that's honestly been the theme of this game against Chicago. Is the Hawks really took advantage of those mismatches that they had on the Bulls. Bigger players were out physicaling the smaller players of Chicago, and they were to get easy baskets, and Bay was one of those guys. And then, of course, hitting a couple of threes that also made a difference as well. So, I mean, all those things realistically helped the team win tonight and have a pretty good performance that they needed tonight in a really big game. Like, I mean, if they lost this game, Toronto would be 8th, and the Bulls would be 9th, and the Hawks would be in the 10th spot right now because the Bulls would have the tiebreaker, and then the Raptors would have a better record. So this game helps them stay in 8th. That's why, again, the Wizards game is another big game because you need to win that game to stay in 8th. You can't assume the Raptors are going to lose. And obviously they have an outside chance of making it to the A6 spot. That would result in them having to win out, Toronto having to win out, and Miami having to lose out. And also, I believe Brooklyn has to lose out as well for that to even be a possibility. So it's unlikely they'll probably be in the 7-8, probably 8 as the highest, unless, like I said, the Heat do fall off and the Hawks win out. So, and then they'll be hosting the play-in game against the Heat instead of the Heat hosting. So, obviously that's just something that, just keep an eye out for. Last 3 games of the season, Wizards, Sixers, Boston. Obviously, Boston, that game is up in the air. Boston, Philly, they need to play their starters. Philly probably will be playing just to hold off Cleveland from getting the 2nd seed. So they'll probably be a tough matchup. So, and that's on Friday. So like I said, big game tomorrow today, technically, against the Wizards. Just a quick preview of that game. I mean, you expect the Hawks to win. If they play like they played tonight, I would expect them to win. If Trey gets back tomorrow, that hopefully will help out with the overall expectation of that game and just winning that game and coming out. I think the Hawks kind of figured out how to beat this team in those 2 games in Washington. That was a big set for them. Wizards play this team tough because the Wizards have some size and they're a physical basketball team, but the Hawks, I think, have enough offensively to be able to overcome them. And if they can get enough stops, and always the key in this game is for the Hawks to get stops. If they can get stops and continue to score the ball, I think the Hawks will have no issue winning tomorrow against today against the Washington Wizards. So that's one of those things you just got to look into and just kind of figure out. But overall, like I said, good win for the guys tonight. They did what they need to do. Big win against Chicago. In Chicago, it's always big when you go into someone's building and win a game like you did tonight. Really proud of Jalen Johnson, really developing, growing before our eyes continuously. Happy for Bogdanovich having a big game, filling in, for Trey, or in the starting lineup technically as a guard, and big game for Bay, and Kongu still playing well. And I think a lot of people really are realizing, I think next year Jalen and Bay, or Jalen and Kongu, need to really have an opportunity to be starters next year if they continue to play at this pace and at this level, because they are outplaying Kongu's outplaying Capella at times, and then Jalen Johnson, I mean, he's outplaying JC at times, and even Hunter at times. So those are good things you want to see. You want to invest into these kids. You want to invest into their future, and this is the time to invest. And I hope the Hawks will do that. I hope Quinn sees that. I hope Landry sees that, and I hope Kyle sees that. And it'll be interesting to see what moves they do end up making when that time comes. But we're not there yet, so don't want to look too far ahead. But like I said, good win tonight for the guys, and we gotta get to see what happens, man. But if you want to keep up with me on my Hawks takes, follow me on Twitter at Bryce_2K for all Hawks, Falcons takes, everything under the sun. So y'all know what I do here. I cover the Atlanta Hawks, cover the Atlanta Falcons as best I can for y'all. So appreciate you guys. This is your Atlanta Hawks wrap up. I'll see you next week.
Big win. You went on the road, man. Business on the road, did that, check that. That's it, boy. That's it, boy. Super It's
normal. We won one game.
What?
We won one game. What do we celebrate? We're gonna celebrate 5 in a row.
Way to go. Way to go. Let's get out of here. We got one tomorrow. Great job all around.
Come on,
How do I feel?
Come on,
Do it again.
Together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Together.